Immortals, I am Ynsin and welcome back to SCP Secret Files. Now in the previous episode I was kind of leaving off in this area of SCP reading, and just before I hit continue, I just want to point out that this year, Diet Ghost, the can containing an instance of SCP-2107, I actually read the SCP entry for this right before well, maybe not right before I started the recording, maybe a few days ago. But it turns out Diet Ghost is actually a drink, and when you drink it, you get haunted by spirits that were living inside of the can. The can is full of literal ghosts from carbonated-based life forms, which I think is both silly and hilarious, so I thought I'd just point that out. Anyway, we're about to see what's happening next. Due to the rules of 3, I imagine that as soon as I click the submit button, we are going to find something that's not an endless wall of text to read. Ah, perfect. Okay. Friends list! Zoe, it's 5 minutes to 4 o'clock now! Just about ready! Kent, you're not coming? Nah. Doesn't suit me. Guys, aren't you forgetting someone? Hi, Carl! We're going to attend the monthly lecture! Monthly lecture? I already know that monthlies exist. Each month, the Foundation invites someone famous to hold a lecture, share new knowledge and insights pertaining to SCP. For this month's lecture, they invited Dr. Trevor. He holds a high reputation within the Foundation. Interesting. Count me in. I can't wait to go. Thanks for the invite. Dickheads. I'll send you the link to the monthly lecture. Just a second. I have to swap sides. The course you signed up for is about to begin. Please join the meeting in the training system. I would love to. Thanks, guys, for the invite. Oh, okay. Anti-memetics, from entry to amnesia. Also, I figured out what memetics were. It is... I lied, I've forgotten already. Anyway, a little bit of foreshadowing. There's a dragon here. So let's join this conference. Accessing account to authority, done. Establishing encrypted channel, done. Excluding memetic influence, done. Loading basic conference room module. Establishing multiplayer connection, done. The training is about to begin in just a few seconds. Big shout out to the person who actually left a comment saying exactly what that last line said when I missed it the first time.
There are many stories in this world. Some are read widely all over the world. Some are hidden in dust and known only by a handful of people. Today I'm going to tell you a story no one else has heard before. A real story of mystery and wonder and adventure. And then you too will become the guardian of this story. The story takes place in a world of long ago. The hero of our story is a little boy. His name is Daniel.
Amnesia, the Dark Descent reference. Maybe? I mean, that's who the character is in Amnesia, the Dark Descent.
One day, out of nowhere, Daniel got a serious case of chickenpox. It made him look like a strawberry. To make sure he didn't spread it to others, Mrs. Page, the principal, had him isolate in an attic. And so, in the attic he lived, all on his own.
Mr. Daniel, while up here in this attic, you'll have plenty of time to practice your penny whistle. I hope you'll practice well and prepare for next month's art festival.
But Mrs. Page, the melody is so difficult.
Don't give up, boy. You don't give up before you fight.
This gives me mad Doki Doki Literature Club vibes, which I've been trying to record with my girlfriend Sam for half a year now, but she's so busy I just can't manage to do it.
Daniel was reluctant at first, but he trusted Mrs. Page, and he knew he should listen. And so he practiced the penny whistle.
God, is that a recorder? Oh no, recorders! I had to learn that back when I was in primary school. Kids these days have it lucky. Kids these days get to learn things like the marimba, or the bass, or the guitar, or the mandolin, or the ukulele. I had to learn the shrill, demonic cacophony that was the recorder. Good God, I hated that instrument so much. So did everyone else. I don't know why it was part of the curriculum here in New Zealand when I was a kid. Okay. Also, I am going to point out that chickenpox is not necessarily something that you would isolate somebody for. This might be a hot take, but I had to go to things when I was a kid called pox parties, where kids would kind of try and spread chickenpox and measles to each other so that later on in life, you didn't catch it, because the later on in life you catch chickenpox, the more lethal it can be. So when you're a kid, the best time to catch chickenpox, if you are going to catch it, is when you're a kid. So it's a hot take. A lot of people disagree with this, but pox parties are actually pretty good. All right. What am I doing? ASDF? Oh, good grief. Okay. A S D F A S F. Oh God, I'm good at this. I'm so glad I learned this horrible, horrible instrument back in primary school. Wow, look at me go. Crazy, I haven't missed a single beat. Wow.
Suddenly, he heard some strange noises in the corner of the attic.
Huh? Who's there?
Daniel decided to go over and take a look.
I did not expect the game to go here. In the previous episode, we were getting jump scared by what I could only assume to be Skibbity Toilet in a mummy format. And now I'm looking at a watercolored pictures book and doing mini games I'd find on Flash games. Oh my God. No way. This is really cool. Can I leave? Can I leave? No, I can't. Wow! I didn't expect this at all! Oh, I should have tried moving my mouse any other point in the game, right? I've got a little rocket ship here. Ah, there we go. We've got a 4-string bass. I assume that to be a bass. That is a crazy looking bass. I've never seen one like that. We've got a longboard. Fantastic. And we've got a backpack. Nice. We've got the world in our hands. We've got the whole wide world in our hands. We've got one of those horrible squeaky lamps that stomp on the eye in the Pixar scene. We've got this thing. That's a rat trap. What the hell is that in the rat trap? Is that a bird? We've got one of those Mr. Roboto toys. And we've got a little fort as well. That's awesome. Sprint? No, of course.
It
What is
was
this?
a mouse trap, and there was a red origami paper dragon inside of it. Daniel carefully removed it. It was marvelous and beautiful. The only problem was part of its wing was damaged, but Daniel found a way to repair it.
Duct tape? We could choose items to repair the paper dragon. Oh my days. Okay. Stapler? First?
Mm-mm.
What do you mean no?
Mm-mm.
Kid, what are you talking about? Band-Aid. Okay, good. Is that it?
Daniel held the repaired paper dragon high up in the air, imagining that it soared over all the world below.
I think the developer's high up in the air, if you know what I mean.
He played and played with the paper dragon.
Wee! Woo! Dragon! Soar!
In the warm afternoon sun, Daniel had to fight his eyelids just to keep them open.
So is this a fever dream?
Is it? Could it be? Or is this all just a dream?
I mean, probably not, because it's in an SCP game. I do feel like the style of this, right, is not just a story, though. It is actually a chickenpox fever dream.
The next day, With boredom and loneliness weighing him down, he began to fiddle with the old radio.
Sweet Jesus! My ears! Oh, that's better. Oh, that's so much better.
Our town is located in the plains, where earthquakes are not particularly common. Although there are 17 fault zones around us, they are all inactive.
That's exactly what my hometown is like. New Zealand is on a fault line, by the way. We have earthquakes all the time.
A scrunched up ball of paper rolled over to his feet.
Why?
Where did this paper ball come from?
Just as Daniel went to pick it up, the ball suddenly came to life, and it rolled away.
And it was the
Daniel chased
Babadook!
after it.
Oh, I'm gonna go get you, Babadook! Babadook, Dook, Dook! Oh, there is actually an attic crawl space above us. So there could actually be a Babadook in this game. I doubt there's gonna be an SCP though. Oh! Hey, you get back here! It won't let me interact with it. Do I have to put the mousetrap down and catch it with that? Because I will. Oh, you get back here! Right, where is that rat trap? Gotta be somewhere, right? Okay, I just stood on it. Where is it? Oh, okay, good.
Just as he was about to seize the rolling paper ball, suddenly, terrible sparks erupted from it. Before his very eyes, the paper ball began to grow, bigger and bigger.
It's a bad trip!
At that moment, a red figure suddenly appeared. The red figure quickly subdued the paper ball and threw it into a cardboard box. Daniel studied the red figure carefully.
Why?
It had a sticker on its fluttering wing. It was the paper dragon.
Yes, we know.
I wasn't dreaming. Thank you for saving me.
Daniel was grateful and very happy. He walked closer to the paper dragon, but the paper dragon seemed timid and afraid and backed away. Just then, Daniel had an idea.
Play the recorder to drive him outside.
He took out his penny whistle and slowly played a tune.
I'm ready. I'm ready to play a tune. I want everybody to get up into the mosh pit. This one goes out to you. Dun 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 dun. I wonder why you don't see any like metal bands with recorders. It makes sense, right? It makes sense. Also, I haven't missed a single note so far. I just want to point out, I am a ninja with the flute. Oh yeah. I knew all of that time practicing on the skin flute when I was a teenager would pay off. Look at it go! Also, ignore that penis joke I just made. Okay, good. Nice.
The paper dragon enjoyed the sound very much.
What is wrong with it?
It began to move along with the rhythm, flipping up and down in the air.
What a psycho.
Soon the two were playing and dancing, just like old friends.
This has got to be some kind of
Paper
fever
dragon
dream, right?
traced out a beautiful arc in the air, communicating with Daniel in a unique way.
Daniel, it's Herbert. I found the tomb of Tin Hanan. And if you don't get that reference, go and watch my Amnesia: The Dark Descent playthrough.
My cherished friend, after many long years, we finally meet again. Tell me, how has your family been? A great thank you for playing that music for me. You know how I beautiful rhythm of that instrument.
It's Satan.
But we ought to take precautions, as the room is not stable.
It's Satan.
You still remember how the room works. You're welcome to visit anytime.
It's got to be Satan,
The
right?
piece of paper then changed back into the shape of a paper dragon and flew into the cardboard box. The box closed shut, and a calm silence was restored to the attic.
Man, this tune's starting to slap.
Daniel rushed to find a watercolor pen and marked the box with excitement in his fingertips.
Bad way of saying a Sharpie. Here. Be dragons. Okay, I get the reference. I get it. I don't remember what that's a quote
Over the
from.
next few days, the paper dragon came out often to play with Daniel. During this time, Daniel introduced many of his friends to the paper dragon.
Okay, like straight up, if I had to come up with a theory right now, I think Daniel has died of chicken pox, and all of this is kind of like some kind of afterlife purgatory, right? When did it get so doki doki?
That cat's name is Mrs. Carter. Ever since I secretly fed her some fish for dinner, we've been good friends.
I'm more of a
That's
dog
Duke,
person.
Mrs.
Hi, Duke.
Jessica's pet.
I love Duke.
He doesn't like Rainy Day or Mrs. Carter. Only smoked sausages for his taste.
Picky dog, that's a first. I don't think I've ever met one.
We are friends too. My name is Daniel. What's your name?
The paper dragon flapped its wings, as if it didn't understand him.
My name is Beelzebub. Welcome to irreparable vengeance across this earth. I am here to claim the rapture of sinners and kill all who believe otherwise.
Well, since you like the sound of the penny whistle so much, why don't I just call you Penny? I'll keep practicing to make it sound better.
Daniel and Penny then played baseball together in the attic.
Let's play cat.
Okay. Hold E to charge. Wait, why is it looking at... What is going on here? Oh, I can move around as well. All right. Let's do one real good swing out this window right here. Boom! Way to go. Oh my god, the dragon actually caught it. Ah! Okay. Maybe we throw it at this window instead? I'm gonna huck it as hard as I can. Ha! You suck at catch, Satan! Is he gonna go? Is he gonna go into the bookshelf? Yeah, okay. That wasn't very well thought out. No matter. Okay, where to throw it now? Maybe at the Communist Manifesto posters over here? Take that, Karl Marx! Oh, I could have just caught that, actually. I didn't need the dragon to throw it back to me at all.
But just as they were in the middle of enjoying themselves, a violent shaking suddenly rose from the ground.
The stubborn earthquake is back at it, folks, and it seems even stronger than last time.
At this moment, the box suddenly shot open, and thick clouds of smoke billowed out, followed by several paper balls.
It smells like sulfur.
Penny attacked the paper balls without a moment's hesitation and promptly threw them back into the box. Penny then flew around in front of Daniel and rushed right back into the box. As the box closed, the earthquake stopped. Facing a friend's farewell without a formal goodbye, Daniel felt confused and lost.
Yeah, it makes two of us.
He moved the box to the center of the attic. Facing it, he practiced his penny whistle,
All right,
day
let's-
in and day out.
Let's start the cacophony of the damned again.
I love the sound of that instrument. It pierces the ears.
As the days went by, Daniel's playing became smoother.
Doesn't sound like it. Does not sound like it.
One day, the box suddenly began to move.
Hellfire and brimstone!
Huh?
Meet your maker, Daniel!
1, 2, 3, 4. This time there were 4 paper dragons. But they weren't alone. Enemies began to jump out of the box too.
Earthquake! Another earthquake! This time it's reached a magnitude of 5.8!
Ah, that's...
In that small attic, the 4 paper dragons fought fiercely against the paper balls. This time, the paper balls used new tactics. They clumped together into a single monstrous ball of paper. It began to shoot strong bursts of electric sparks at the paper dragons as they flew through the air. As they were hit, the paper dragons fell from the air, one after the other. Seeing the injured paper dragons, Daniel felt very distressed and anxious. Just then, one of the paper dragons painfully started to fly and gathered the remainder of its power. The paper dragon transformed into a great beam of light and dove straight down to pierce through the monstrous paper ball.
That's not easy.
And then came another paper dragon. The monstrous paper ball was blasted to bits, exploding into smaller paper balls. Trembling, they struggled to escape back into the box. The sacrificed paper dragons were reduced to swirling shreds of paper, and a silence pervaded. Peace and tranquility were restored once again to the attic. Daniel saw the remaining 2 paper dragons lying on the floor, badly wounded.
What the hell is going on?
He rushed to grab some stickers and treated them at once.
Huh? What the hell is going on? Oh, that's blinding. So is the box an SCP portal to like hell or something? I fixed Penny. Great. There's also blue balls right here. I've named them blue balls because the game hasn't named them whatsoever.
Suddenly, countless paper dragons began to gush from the box.
Hate that choice of words.
The 2 wounded paper dragons were repaired and began to fly. Like 2 colored threads, they merged with the other dragons, flying in unison. The dragons moved like a tide, flying freely through the attic. Daniel eagerly took out his penny whistle. He showed all his paper dragon friends the results of his hard work and practice.
Right, get down! I want to see this pit filled up! I want to see you throw hands! Get it! Oh! Blech.
All right, let's focus real hard. I'm try-harding as hard as I possibly can. As hard as I can muster.
Yes! Nailed it!
That was it? This is the result of all of Daniel's hard work? Piss on this. Imagine you are dying of a disease and your last act in life is literally to learn the world's most annoying instrument. It's undoable. Well, at least he's not learning the bagpipes, I suppose. But it's not much of a change, I gotta say. I mean, a lot of people, when they think of a recorder, they kind of think of those devices where you record people's voices, right? The journalist's tool. But no, here in New Zealand, they are actually the world's worst instrument. Which is brave to say, given that we also have the world's worst instrument here in the forms of bagpipes. And frequency. fact, many times a year, there are parades of people going down the main streets of New Zealand, playing their bagpipes, waking everybody up at 6 a.m. Then they fire a bunch of cannons.
In the sweet melody of his playing, Daniel felt himself enter into the world of dragons.
I'd rather bagpipes than a parade full of recorders, though. That would be absolutely horrible. You'd probably know them as crappy flutes if you were not from New Zealand. Like that Titanic cover. Rabbit! Oh, he gone. Oh, are we donkey? Are we about to... You know what I mean. Oh no. Oh, this seems like a problem. Oh, this seems like a massive problem. Oh, the world is now infested with dragons.
The paper dragons merged into a long letter and floated down towards Daniel to tell their story.
After the last war, the fantasy world enjoyed a long spell of peace and stability. But now, the giants have returned. They have launched ferocious attacks, trying to invade your world through the room. We are prepared to launch the final defense. Then we will have to destroy your room, for it is the last remaining entryway into your world. Please believe this farewell will only be temporary. We will not be apart forever, and we will never forget our eternal mission of protecting you.
Okay, so the room is the SCP?
At that moment, the paper dragons flew back into the box. Daniel still couldn't fully understand what the paper dragons had meant, but he had a vague feeling in his heart that he may never see his new friends again.
Or maybe that box just like collects imagination and then just outputs crap cringe stories.
A few days later, Daniel's chickenpox had fully recovered. He could now play the penny whistle very, very well. But the paper dragons never returned.
He also became victim to enormous amounts of bullying on account of the recorder that he insisted he play everywhere because it's a shrill and harsh sound on the ears. Okay, that's good. Flip it up. I've got enough. Let's leave this thing on the floor where it belongs. Fine. God, can I just throw this thing away? Or is it the recorder that's the SCP? It's the recorder.
Maybe it was time to leave and move on.
Earthquake warning! Magnitude 6.2! A massive earthquake is hitting our town! All townspeople, please leave your houses immediately and move to safe open spaces!
Just then, countless paper dragons shot from the cardboard box. However, it seemed like they were under attack, spinning and falling through the air in confusion.
What's happening?
Daniel quickly grabbed the stickers out from his bag and did his best to heal the injured paper dragons.
Oh, what in God's name is happening? Seriously, what's up with the music? I feel like I'm watching Pirates of the Caribbean. Okay, let's pick up blue balls. No, we just patched up red line. Now we're patching up blue balls. Okay, where's the rest of them? Anyone else? Who needs a heal? Green Beret. I've named this one Green Beret. I really think blue ball's got the crappy end of the stick here. And of course, yellow snow is good to go. We've got another red line over here. Let's stick him back in the box where he belongs.
The paper balls people swarmed together and pushed Daniel away, subduing him firmly in the corner. He couldn't move. Suddenly, ominous clouds rose from the box, and a violet lightning flashed through the room. The figure of a giant slowly emerged from the thick clouds, and the entire attic became overwhelmed with its evil aura.
Hey, we don't know it's evil.
The earthquake is growing stronger, now with a magnitude of 7.1. Heaven almighty, are we doomed?
That's like New Zealand earthquakes. We get 7s on the Richter scale pretty
The
frequently.
giant unleashed its power maniacally. The paper dragon struggled against it, with no means of fighting back. At this critical moment, 2 paper dragons shined brilliantly.
No blue balls!
Together, they heroically crashed their bodies into the giant. Daniel thought the giant had been defeated by the paper dragons, but soon he found that things would probably not be so simple.
Blue balls just couldn't bust it out.
The giant's figure could still be seen in the thick smoke, looking evil and terrible.
Again, we don't know
The
this.
attacks of the paper dragons had had no effect, and the giant had only grown stronger. It fought back with a new ferocity. The paper dragons were simply no match for it.
The earthquake is growing stronger still. The greatest disaster this town has seen in over 100 years. My heavens, will this nightmare ever end?
Okay, look, we're running short on time. I have absolutely zero idea how the developer who made this story is going to salvage this weird narrative that they've created, but we're just going to have to see how in the next episode. Thank you so much for watching. Right up here, you are going to find the playlist for SCP Secret Files, and right up here, you're going to find another playlist that I think you'd really enjoy. And of course, just over there, that is my subscribe button. If you do that, snoot, you go a long way to helping out a small creator. And until I make the next episode, I will see you in the future videos. Thank you for watching, and goodbye!